for a special story today. As the global food and beverage industry continues to evolve, expanding into international markets has become a strategic move for many entrepreneurs. Today, we dive into the journey of JTs Manukan Grill and its expansion into Singapore, exploring how founder Joel Torre navigates the complexities of international growth and personal finance. Mr. Torre, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Follow the Money.
Thank you for having me here, Raine, and it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Tell us about the growth of JT's first and how you came to arrive at the idea of expanding to Singapore.
Okay, so since we started 21 years ago, now that we have 41 branches after the 20th year anniversary, actually it's been our long-term vision to have or to expand outside of the country. Singapore was not our first venture outside. We used to have a store in Guam, but then pandemic came and we never reopened. But we took it, that setback, we took it as our tuition fee for handling a business outside of the country.
It's a very interesting term you used, tuition fee. It really was a learning experience for you, a lot of entrepreneurs, of course. And of course, what made Singapore an interesting market, destination, or location for JT's Grill?
Well, because Singapore is like the food hub of Southeast Asia, and we'd like to expose our local brand there. And plus the fact that there are 200,000 Filipinos in Singapore, and we cater mostly 90% of our market. We target to the Filipino clients, and we're trying to expand to the more local customers, which is the local Singaporeans.
Mm-hmm. Right, but what about the taste? Did you have to change the taste to cater to at least the 10% of the Singaporeans?
We're serving authentic Bacolod chicken inasal the same way we serve it here in the Philippines. But to satisfy the appeal of the local market, we just recently launched the spicy inasal, which is catered and appeals more to the Singapore clients.
Mm-hmm. What about in terms of marketing, for example, branding strategies, maybe social media appeal? Did you have to tailor fit it to the Singaporean market as well?
Well, our marketing and branding was done in two stages. First, we appealed to the Filipino market, which is, like I said, 90%. And then the 10%, we try to bring in the local customers. But then that's our real, what is to go mainstream later on. As you can see, with the 200,000 Filipinos there, we're quite optimistic about the outcome.
And you were saying off air that you have the weekend market and the weekday market, which aren't necessarily the same. How many tables are we filling up in a single day?
Well, actually, we had to convert our concept of a sit-down, full-service restaurant into a quick service restaurant, meaning we didn't have waiters to serve them. So we're in a food mall. So we had to re-engineer our process so that we can come up with more food in less possible time. And then we went through that through our research and development and through investing in state-of-the-art technology.
Yeah. And of course, you're setting up in a food mall. You had all this investment. Did you worry about whether your ROI would take quite a while?
We were quite optimistic with risks and rewards of venturing outside because of the fact that we were blessed with a very solid and strong partners in Singapore. This is a joint venture with our partners who had 25 years of experience in Singapore. Actually, they own the food mall, And the fact that they provided us data of how we will be able to get our ROI. Our data are very important though, on the viability of our project.
Lucky Plaza Mall, of course, Filipino staple. Like all Filipinos over there.
Like 90% of the Filipinos go to Lucky Plaza, and that's for the weekend, no? On the weekdays, in Singapore, 60% of Filipinos are professionals, meaning they're engineers, doctors, nurses, or working in ITs, and 40% are in the domestic field, no? I mean in the household field. So during the weekend, we're expecting a big crowd, but on weekdays, we still have a lot of Filipino professionals because around Lucky Plaza there are a lot of hospitals, and you have this government services, and even the ambassador said Lucky Plaza is like a territory of the Philippines already in Singapore.
I would say
Perfect place.
I would say the same in some other areas, like for example in Hong Kong.
Correct.
Yeah. So, which means that because you had a partner in a joint venture in Singapore, you know, the entry into that market might have been made easier for you. Does that mean that there were challenges that you were able to perfectly expect already?
Well, that's true. No? They know the nature of the business since they're also in the food industry. Challenges were about manpower and about how to service them in a fast way since we converted into the quick service restaurant. But we were able to manage them by, like I said, we invested in state-of-the-art equipments.
And you said that it was a long time coming. You've been planning this for a while, and now that you have some measure of success already in Singapore, you are looking to expand. How soon do you think, before you think you might venture into other markets?
First of all, we talked to partners that are also in line with our objectives and our plans. And there are things we're working out now on other countries as we speak, no? But so sorry, we cannot divulge yet because nothing is set in stone. But we are looking at 2 different countries for next year. And we also hope to expand in the next 5 years, like 20 more stores here in the Philippines. But we're really concentrating because part of our mission and our vision was to serve authentic Bacolod Inasal in the international plate. So this is one of the steps that we're going through. And hopefully, we'll be successful in other countries.
Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to give advice to certain businessmen, entrepreneurs who wanted to scale their business as well, what would be the questions you would want them to ask themselves? Like, for example, what would be the measure for whether they're ready to scale their business abroad?
Okay, first, it has to be with a passion. No? One of our key ideas is to start small, but dream big. Also, maybe not a question, but an answer to people. You should invest, first of all, like Warren Buffett said, invest in yourself, meaning know your communication line, know how to negotiate, your leadership and everything like that. So you have to invest in yourself. And also invest in good human resources. Like they say, smart people hire smarter people. And then, of course, you have to invest in good karma. So good karma will come your way in your business venture. Like what we're doing now, we're helping out partnering with the UN World Food Program in feeding school children. That's one of our advocacies. And also with that, I think you have the right materials to expand and be optimistic. In any success, failure might come in, but then you have to learn from it. Otherwise, you repeat the mistake again.
Can you quickly give us an idea of the kind of war chest that you would have to even begin to consider going abroad with your business?
Like I said, start small but think big. But well, I guess
In peso
in
sense.
peso sign, I think with a joint venture in a small place like ours in Singapore, maybe around 100,000 Singaporean dollars, which is roughly about 4 to 5 million pesos. But we combine it together with our partners. That's about 200,000 Sing.
All right. Well, that's a start. It's a good
As
start.
a start, it's a good start. Well, it's not a big investment, but it's you're able to recoup your or the ROI, which luckily we did in a span of like 4 months.
That's
maybe.
amazing work, and really looking forward to the further expansion of JT's Manukan and Grill. We
Thank you,
appreciate you
Raine.
being here.
Thank you,
so
Raine.
much, Mr. Joel Torre.
Thank you very much for having me
Joining
here. A pleasure is
us.
ours. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, as Joel might emphasize, balancing personal finance with business expansion is crucial for sustainable growth and legacy building.